This conference will now be recorded.
I would like to get started with you on the contact card. So the contact card, they're like hidden gems here. And the number one is that we have is the custom URL. So you can customize and create your own personal URL on LinkedIn. Simply go to the settings to your so you can customize this feature. We recommend using your full name. When people go, let's say, in Google search and they put your name, your LinkedIn profile will rank on the first page of results on most of the search engines. For example, on the next slide, you'll be able to see Debbie's profile and how she customized her profile and how complete it is, just as a reminder. And then is also a good model for you guys to follow. Another reminder here is we encourage you to promote your URL link after you have it customized. You can use your link on, let's say, email signatures. You can use on Twitters, websites. The more areas that you can promote your personal brand, the better it is. Something else here that we have is like an opportunity for you to list 3 websites. Not many of you know, but you can use a page or you can also list a website. So in this case, for example, you're going to see on Debbie's contact card, she uses like a Facebook page and a newsletter, but you can actually make it easier for your viewers to go to the home page, service page, and the contact page. And this is like the same website, for instance. The next one is the zip code. And the zip code is, we also want to remind you that you don't need to put the entire address there. You can just add the city and state. Customize your URL plus the zip code will be very helpful in Google search. Faster results because it is optimized. So why is it important for you to just maximize everything? It's just
I'm not sure what just happened, Kelly. Hang on.
I think there was a glitch here.
Yeah. You, everyone. Sorry, everybody. Okay, I think, Kelly, you're going to have to go up to the options. Oh, wait. Sorry. I don't want to dismiss you because then that's going to shut you out. You need to make me the presenter, Kelly.
Okay.
I got it.
Sorry, everyone, and thank you for your patience. Let's see if we can.
Ah, there we go. We're back.
Perfect, perfect. We're back. Wonderful. That's great. All right. So the next one that I would like to cover, and this is really, really important because you can add so much information. It is the ad, actually just going over here, as I mentioned, the contact info, the overview under Debbie's profile. So you see here where you have your contact info, and here it's a complete and optimized contact card. Again, you're going to be getting all the slides and the recording for this presentation, so you will be able to go over this and then just like use as an example so you can build your profile as well. The next one that we'd like to cover is the Add Profile session. So this is basically just below your headline. You can click here, Add Profile, and then you will have like many options. It's going to scroll down and you're going to see like the sessions that will help you to be discovered by recruiters or people that you may know. So the first one that you're going to see is going to be under core. So here it's like an opportunity to complete these sessions and will help you to be discovered and enhance your presence. So here you can add your education, position, career break, and the next one is recommended. You're going to see as you scroll down, that's the next one. So this is an opportunity to increase your credibility, give you an access to more opportunities, and add a future session, for example. And I would like to highlight this very quickly. So under feature, here you can showcase work samples that you're most proud of. For example, you can feature posts that you have authored or reshared, articles that you have published on LinkedIn, and then even external media like images, for example, documents and links. The next one is add like the additional session that you can add more personality to your profile. The idea is to be interesting and make sure that the viewers have a very good understanding of you. And something that certainly we encourage you to take advantage is the volunteer experience and publications, patents. So there are many options here that you can edit, as well as languages. So again, make sure that you explore this session as much as you can. Something else here, very, very important, not many of the members know, is an opportunity that you have to translate your profile or even your company page. So under the company page, you need to think of ways to tell the viewers about you. So make it an interesting and a dynamic profile. So your company page, for instance, you can translate description, tagline in multiple languages. It will immediately default to the language that you create your profile. However, you can add other languages, and I'm going to be showing you how does that look like once you have other languages to your profile, which is my case, and then Debbie as well. She has a second language under her profile. So the personal profile, it defaults to the primary language, and then you can add second languages, which there are many available under LinkedIn. And the sections that you can translate is the headline, about, experience, and education. There are a few of them that are not available, and we're mentioning here. It's important to keep in mind that, in South Florida, for instance, the Spanish is the second most spoken language. So also viewers of Spanish-speaking countries, once you have their profile in Spanish, for example, they will be able to open and read your profile immediately on that language once you have that translated. I'm going to show you here on the next slide, for instance, under my profile, I have it translated. I have actually the default language, which is English, Portuguese, I translated, and in this case, Spanish. So then if the viewer clicks here in Spanish, they're going to see the headline, which is completely optimized and translated to Spanish. So, now I also want to point out something here. It is not just translating like Google Translate. It's important to be impeccable. The secondary language must be impeccable. And don't shy away from a professional translation. As we offer this service here, we provide this service to our clients in Portuguese and Spanish, and we have helped many clients, and they're very pleased with the results. And that's also a way to build your reputation. So there's a whole world of potential connections, so why miss on them? For those of you that do business internationally, for example, and want to expand your company overseas or using overseas suppliers, that's important to present yourself professionally in a relevant language. People, again, do business with people that they know, like, and trust. A professional written profile is the right language, in the right language, and professionally done, again, is a great way to start a business relationship. And plus, it will be very, very helpful for the SEO purpose. If someone is searching for a specific keyword that will be under that profile. And this is for English in even other languages as well. So it's important to make sure that you're targeting your audience in a proper way. So now that we cover a couple gems here, we have David. David will be covering a couple more with you, some of the hidden gems we want to make sure that you will maximize and try as much as possible to follow our tips.
Great, thanks, Kelly. Before I get started on my favorite little Easter eggs on LinkedIn, I wanted to just, we're going to take a little break. One of the new initiatives that we are launching at DW Consulting Solutions is around corporate social responsibility. We have a background, Debbie and I specifically have backgrounds, extensive career experience in nonprofit management. And it has always been a soft space in our heart, fundraising and supporting nonprofits. And we have experience with corporate clients. And we are starting to look at the best of corporate social responsibility efforts globally. We will start with clients that we have or connections that we have that we want to highlight. But we wanted to just leverage the nonprofit experience that we have in our perspective and add that to the depth on our bench on what we provide as a part of our messaging and our content. We try to encourage our clients to share more than just sales pitches on LinkedIn. So this is us kind of practicing what we preach. And we've always had a philanthropic perspective at DW Consulting Solutions, and specifically veterans always get a discount on our services, and we do support veteran initiatives. But corporate social responsibility is just a little bit different than corporate philanthropy. The reason corporate social responsibility is different is because it is a part of your business strategy. There are stakeholders and your shareholders are involved, and it's a little bit more than just everyone, in the company putting a team together for a local 5K. It's an opportunity to take a look at the core values for you and your business and what's important, and then how you can find a philanthropic effort that supports that, but also supports your business and grows your business. If you look at any myriad of studies, you'll see that companies that have a corporate social responsibility initiative have higher net earnings than those that don't. So if for no other reason, the effort is worth it because statistically it looks like it has an opportunity to raise your earnings. Again, you do business with folks that you know, like, and trust. And when you're doing business with a company whose philosophies and strategies from a philanthropic perspective align with your own, that just builds a stronger relationship for you and that corporation. So it's a little bit different than just throwing a charity logo on your product for whatever month that that initiative is highlighted in our community. It's a little bit more advanced to that and sophisticated than that, and frequently can have an environmental component to it as well, and can include inside this corporate social responsibility, not just fundraising, but running your business in a way that aligns with your core values as a business. And so you'll see a lot of companies that are doing that as well, and focusing on what their carbon footprint might be, if they have what their waste reduction efforts are for the, if it's a manufacturing facility or something like that. So that's the corporate social responsibility is really corporate philanthropy on steroids and done very strategically as a part of the business's focus. And so we're going to start to highlight the best of the best companies that we feel like are doing corporate social responsibility right. And we will be sharing just a little brief snippet in our webinars and in our newsletter and in our LinkedIn and Facebook content, highlighting the best of the best. And so today I just wanted to share that with you, that we have started this communications initiative. I'm really excited about it. Okay, so let's get back to the LinkedIn gems. My favorite LinkedIn feature, hidden feature, is the three little dots. And what are those three little dots? Well, they're actually called ellipses. So when someone says three little dots, or if they say ellipses, that's what they're talking about, the three little dots. And you will see the three little dots all over LinkedIn. You're going to see it on your homepage, on posts, on messages, on ads, on your job search template, on your profile in groups. It's all over and the user interface. We have a little bit of time at the end of the webinar. I might jump over there today just to show you. But anyone that knows me knows that if there's a button, I'm going to push it to see what happens. And if there's something to click on the screen, I'm going to click on it to see what happens. And so I would encourage you to do the same thing on LinkedIn. When you see those three little dots, the ellipses, click on them, because that is going to open up a micro menu that is going to give you lots of options. And the one that I think is most useful is when you're looking at posts on your feed. If you see a post that is very compelling, you can click the three little dots, the ellipses. At the bottom of the post, it's going to give you the opportunity to react, to comment, to share, or to send the post through LinkedIn. This is the extra things it lets you do. It's going to let you save the post. So if you find a piece of content that is really compelling or something you might want to share later or might want to just keep handy as a resource, save that and it'll save to your LinkedIn profile so that you can find it and reuse it again. You can copy links to posts. You can embed them on your website. If someone's posting something and you really want to keep the connection, but you're not so inclined to see what they're posting, it's not bringing value to you, you can unfollow them and they'll never know. If you decided that you want to unfollow and you don't need the connection or them in your network, you can also remove the connection from them. And then there are a couple other options if you find the post objectionable or if you want to report it or you just don't want to see it. So there's options there. And every time you see the ellipses, the three little dots, in LinkedIn, there's a little menu like that will pop up and give you additional options. So be brave. Don't be afraid to click the button and see what happens. It's worked out for me so far, and I think it'll work out for you. The next hidden gem that I love is the notification settings. I have a lot of clients who are reluctant to get on LinkedIn because they just get so many notifications. It's overwhelming and it just shuts us down, overstimulated, and things that you really don't care about. Well, LinkedIn lets you customize these notification settings. What you're going to do at the top of your screen is you're going to click on notifications, and then over on the left, there's an option that says View Settings. This is where it will show all of your notification settings on LinkedIn. Conversations, enterprise products if you have them, the help center, jobs if you've set up job searches, network updates, news, premium features, profile features, and then some just safety and reporting notifications. The one that I think is the most important is the conversations, because that's where you're going to see everybody that said anything about anything to anybody. And sometimes it's just too much, especially as you start to grow your network. You may not find, extended members of your networks, all of that meaningful. You may not want to get notified for that, at least. You can look at it on your own. And that's a big one that you can shut down. Okay. And then the next one is, I love the featured section. Kelly spoke about it as well, because you can add it from the add profile section. And we wanted to really highlight it because this is your opportunity to create your highlight reel. Okay, the featured section was added last year. If you don't have anything there, you get to start fresh. If you had any media in your About section prior to the launch of the featured section, that media was automatically removed from your About section and moved into your featured section. So if you have stuff there in featured and you're saying to yourself, I didn't add this, it's because it was in your About section previously. So you can add, edit, and reorder content in the featured section to highlight specific initiatives or campaigns that may be going on in your business, awards that you've received, particularly compelling posts or important information, things that you've shared or commented on or posted yourself. And you can continue to keep it fresh. So if you have any important awards or updates that you want people to see first thing when they're visiting your profile, use the featured section for this. Okay, so you can add posts, articles, links, and media. If you look at my profile, I have a pretty diverse background. In addition to coaching with Debbie on the other side of my brain in my life, I'm a singer and a performer. So I have, information about my LinkedIn training and what's going on at DW Consulting Solutions, but I also have a video of performance to highlight the two sides of my life. And so don't be afraid to highlight media content that may not be super specific to your job, but helps me see more about who you are and the kind of person you are. And do I know you? Do I like you? Do I trust you? And then maybe do I want to do business with you? So think about it like that. Okay, so we're about to wrap up. Wanted to let you know about next month's webinar. So we want you to save the date for Wednesday, April 27th. The webinar is called Mayday, Mayday, is your 22 momentum crashing? So we've made it through first quarter, and a lot of folks still make New Year's resolutions, make commitments, and reboot their lives, in January 1st. So how are you doing? Are you still using LinkedIn as a part of your daily habit? Kelly and I are going to talk about that and how it is easy to lose momentum, especially in a very stressful situation that we find ourselves in our world these days. How do you keep your momentum? How do you keep yourself focused? And how do you use LinkedIn to continue to move yourself and your brand and your business forward? All right. So, Kelly, why don't you tell our participants a little bit more about how they can stay in touch with DW Consulting Solutions?
Absolutely. And thank you, Davey, for everything. Great presentation topics. I'm so glad that we're sharing more and more with our, attendees here. That's great. So here are a couple of ways that you can engage with us. We invite you to follow us on LinkedIn, connect with us. And something that we always invite you, if you haven't done so, is to subscribe to our monthly newsletter. And we share lots of great tips to improve your profile. Any change that takes place on LinkedIn, we also like to highlight on the newsletter, and also the date for the webinar. So if you don't remember the date, you can always refer to the newsletter and you have the next webinar. And again, you get the recording afterwards. So you can always register in the event that you cannot attend. And also here, another thing that we share is like a lot of free information, free ebook on our website. We invite you to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. We have lots of information there as well. And something else that we offer to our new clients is book a complimentary 15-minute profile review with us, and we can just show you a couple of things that you can improve in your profile.
Excellent. Thanks, Kelly. Thanks so much. So we are going to close today. This final slide shares all of our contact information, and the green hyperlinks are the links for Debbie, myself, and Kelly, how you can book that 15-minute profile review with us. And if you haven't done it yet, or if you haven't done it in a while, please reach out and schedule with us. No strings attached, no expectations. It's a free profile review, and we guarantee we'll find 3 things easy that you can fix right away on your profile to make it more compelling and more effective. And if we don't find anything, then the session's no charge. But a little humor, sorry. So book that 15-minute free session with us. We would love to connect with you, take a look, give you some free tips. We're known to overservice our clients and provide a lot of free information to the nature of our culture at DW Consulting Solutions. So again, I want to say thanks to Debbie for empowering and training and developing Kelly. We really appreciate it. I want to thank you all for scheduling the time today to participate in the webinars. Be on the lookout for the registration link for our next monthly webinar, and we'll see you on LinkedIn. My name is Davey. I want to thank Kelly for joining us, and we will see you next month. Bye, everybody.
This conference